Well, how y'all doing? Fired this thing up, tried out the new mold. Works pretty good. I didn't see no bulging or bowing, or the mold didn't complain, didn't get too hot and melt, so that's working pretty good. It is level in there, which every time you put it in there it'll have to be level. I'm going to eventually I'm going to level the furnace, that way I can set that straight down in there and I know it's level. So I want nice even consistency on my aluminum. But now that's aluminum I've melted down previously from the last burner, and they was pellets in big chunks, you know. I stuck them all in there, melted them down, had a little bit of dross on top of it. Probably a little bit of aluminum in there, but I wanted to make sure it was really nice and clean. But the problem I'm having, this burner's off and it's still burning. These bricks are very porous, so they're soaking up my fuel, which means it burns like an hour after you shut it off. And I just got the fan kind of on low because I'd like for that aluminum to cool down. This is not really the way I wanted to do this. I wanted to fire it up, run it, get everything melted down, clean it really good, get all the dross off of it, get it to where it's nice and pretty looking, shut the burner down, shut the lid, let it kind of bake and cool down real slow. And I'm hoping that won't pull it in, and you know, that way it'll have real nice crisp edges on it and real nice and flat. I don't want it to pull like it does if you just pour it. So I'm thinking cooling it down evenly and slow is the way to go on that. I'm just trying stuff. But question for the oil burner channel: I need to build a burner for the inside of this thing that doesn't take up a whole bunch of space, but burns the fuel that it spits out, so I don't have this thing burning an hour after I shut it off. Because, like I said, these bricks are soaking up a whole bunch of fuel, and it'll just burn like that for an hour after you shut it off, and it's annoying, and it black smokes. It doesn't burn clean like that. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, I've watched about 40 of your videos in the past 3 days. So I'm trying to get an idea of what I could build for this thing. I don't know, the idea of having a burner outside of this thing you light up and then have it just blow and fire in, that's a good idea. It gives me more room in there, but that's kind of scary. It's just, I don't know, I need to just build one and man up, because this is scary enough. But I don't know, the video I seen where the burner backfired, that's the one that got me thinking, oh, maybe I don't need to do that. But it's just a little backfire, no harm, no foul. It's just scary, but I don't like things that are scary. But the good news is I don't think I melted any more of my bricks away. I ain't gonna be able to tell, but I got a bunch of pieces of metal that kind of direct the airflow and the fire around, and then it goes around this way and kind of just makes a loop. It works really, really good the way I got it set up, but it's just this shutting it down thing that's killing me here. So if I could just get it to where it'll shut off, that would be awesome. But yeah, it'll be a couple, 3, 4, 5 hours, 6 hours before that cools down enough to get it out of there. This thing was still hot this morning from running it yesterday. Like, it stays hot for like over 24 hours without a problem. It still had a bunch of heat in it tonight when I started it. When I lit this thing up, when I was putting all that in there, it was uncomfortable. It was pretty warm in there, so it holds its heat and the outside of it stays cold. I mean, you can lay your hand on there, it doesn't burn you. So I'm really happy with this setup. It's working really good. But like I said, any idea on a little burn tube I can make that'll burn the fuel without coating all these bricks in fuel? I don't know if it does it on startup, or if it does it just gradually as it's burning. It burns clean once you get it fired up. It burns really clean. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some tinkering and figure this out. But yeah, give a shout out to the oil burner channel. Figure if you got any ideas, I'm more than open to suggestions, because I'm trying not to screw this up. It might be just one of them things that it's just going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, because of them bricks. I don't know. But all I know is the amount of heat I'm getting out of this thing's just ridiculous. Like, 15 minutes to melt all the aluminum in that big pan. And I don't know what it weighs, but that was 15 minutes just, you know, not preheated. A cold tray. Actually, it had about a ½ inch of water in the tray when I started, because I was trying to figure out where the tray was going to be level. And water helps you level out your mold, and then you just let it boil off, throw your aluminum in there, and away you go. So yeah, that's fun, but I'm not sure what to do about this shutting it off situation. That's not cool. It seems like it would be bad for it. And I know all that black smoke and all the carbon's not good for the finish on the aluminum. That's pretty though. That was really nice and shiny. I'm thinking about pulling another layer of dross off that, but I know better. I shouldn't screw with it. I'll just leave it alone. That's my first one. I want to see what it looks like. See y'all in the next video.